What's up, y'all? I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This is your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, y'all. Before I get going on our video, y'all smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, share the video, turn on your notifications, and follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86 TV. Also, if you got a breakdown or a prediction video you want me to do, knockoutboxing86 at yahoo.com is the email address. But without further ado, man, let's get it popping. Let's get into today's video. And today, we got a fight breakdown and a fight prediction video, man. As I told y'all earlier this week, we've been doing the whole card for the Charles Martin Luis Ortiz card, the heavyweight card. We also did the Frank Ghost Martin versus Romero Duno prediction that's going to air on Fox right before the pay-per-view starts. But in this one, we got Frank Sanchez versus Christian Hammer in another heavyweight 10-round fight. Now, for this particular fight, it's going to be, I don't know if it's the co-main event. It might be the co-main event. But again, it's 10 rounds. We got Frank Sanchez versus Christian Hammer. Tale of the tape for these fighters. Frank Sanchez, 29 years old, 6'4", fighting out of Cuba, 78-inch reach, orthodox fighter, 19 wins, no losses, 13 wins by way of knockout. Christian Hammer, 34 years old, fighting out of Germany, 6'2", 78-inch reach, orthodox fighter himself, 26 wins, 8 losses, 16 wins coming by way of knockout, and he's been knocked out himself 4 times. Christian Hammer is a replacement opponent, so first and foremost, salute to him for stepping in. I'm talking about on short notice. Like we found out earlier this week that Negro, who was Frank Sanchez's original opponent, I think he came down with COVID or some shit, if memory serves me correctly. I don't have the article pulled up in front of me. But he came down and he's not able to fight, and that just came down earlier this week. So we got a guy, Christian Hammer, who you look at his record, you look at his skill set, you say, oh man, you know, why is Frank Sanchez fighting him? But we got to salute the guys like Christian Hammer, because he's a guy that saves a card. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy that steps in, shows courageousness that's gonna come in ready to fight. And he didn't have to, and we could have been out of a potential fight on this card and a potential opportunity to see an up-and-coming contender who's highly touted, coming off a big win in Frank Sanchez. So salute to Christian Hammer for stepping in and taking on a tough challenge. And as he's done throughout his career, I mean, we're talking about a guy that's been in there with Povetkin, been there with Tyson Fury, and a bevy of other fighters, man. And he's fought, you know, some of the best. Oh, Luis Ortiz, who's on the main event of this card. Like, he's been in there with some heavy hitters as Christian Hammer, and he always comes to fight. Always shows that he's tough. He just lacks a little bit in skill, right? So he's lost 3 of his last 5 fights. Has Christian Hammer, and his 2 victories, his opponents have a combined 48 losses in his 2 victories. So the 2 victories that he does have in his last 5 fights are against guys that have lost a lot, right? He has no defense. He's just athletically at a disadvantage as Christian Hammer. Not fast, not explosive, not huge power. You know, has some boxing fundamentals. Like, he'll try to jab a little bit, but, you know, he gets to a point where he starts lunging in over his feet, head down, which is a recipe for disaster, and it'll get you countered all day. And those wild shots, but comes in there to try to be tough, comes in there to give you some rounds, and I expect him to do that in this fight, to come ready to fight, come to give rounds, and he knows what type of person he is. He knows he's a journeyman, so he's always in the gym waiting on a call. He ain't going to look like a defensive end here in the NFL. He ain't going to look like that. He going to be soft, you know what I'm saying? He's a big guy, but he going to come and try to give a good effort. Frank Sanchez, look, coming off a huge victory against Efe Ajagba. And Frank Sanchez has showed throughout his career so far extremely great feet, timing, and movement for a heavyweight. Second only to me from a prospect perspective. Second only to me to Jared Big Baby Anderson. Now at the championship level, my pound-for-pound #1 fighter, Alexander Usyk. You know what I'm saying? He has extraordinary feet for a heavyweight and angles and great boxing skills. But Frank Sanchez, if you're talking contender/prospect, him and Jared Big Baby Anderson, they don't move like your typical heavyweight. Frank Sanchez is twitchy, fast, good timing and head movement, looking to counterpunch you, can really put you down. I think he actually could have more knockouts, but he's so defensively responsible and he's so disciplined coming out of that Cuba school of boxing to where if he hurts you, he hurts you. If he knock you out, he knock you out. Like, don't get it twisted. He a dog and he trying to throw with power, but he ain't going to throw with power while sacrificing his defensive responsibility, his head movement, getting out of position and things of that nature. A very disciplined and well-schooled and very good fighter. You know, he comes out of the Reynoso camp with Canelo in them. So say what you want about them, but he getting good work. He getting good work, getting good sparring, seeing what it takes to be a great fighter, a pound-for-pound fighter. He gets to see Canelo Alvarez's work habits every day, which to me is something that is highly underrated. If you can put yourself around greatness, I think it can only help you. And for whatever we want to say about Canelo, whatever our criticisms are of him, he's somebody that being around him as a boxer helps your mindset. If you take it serious, then it helps your work ethic and lets you know what it takes to be considered one of the greatest in the sport doing it right now. So as far as paths to victory, I'm going to always respect boxing because you've seen crazy things happen, number one. Number two, I'm going to definitely always respect the heavyweight division, and I always tell my viewers that, especially in heavyweights, every fighter got a puncher's chance. Like, Christian Hamer's 6'2", 240-something, 250-something. He catch Frank Sanchez slipping with the wrong punch. He could hurt him and he could put him out, bro. That's just the way boxing is. Now, it's not likely in my opinion. I don't want to call it a lucky punch, but that's what it would take. Christian Hamer has no shot of outboxing Frank Sanchez, right? I don't know if he has the ability to win a round from Frank Sanchez, but he can stick around, you know, take some shots, look to land a big shot and see if he can hurt him. That's really his only path to victory. Frank Sanchez, this should be a showcase fight for him. Just to be all the way real with y'all. He should come out there, he should be too fast, he should be too quick, right? His hand speed should be too much. His counterpunching ability should be too good. And I want to see Frank Sanchez. I spoke earlier about how he is content to outbox you. I want to see some dog in this fight. I want to see him hurt Christian Hamer and then pedal to the metal on his ass. Like, smash the gas on his ass and go ahead and get him up out of there. And show that, you know, that to me, you got like Huey Fury stopped Christian Hamer, right? Louis King Kong Ortiz didn't stop Christian Hamer. I think this is one of those fights I don't want to say Frank Sanchez could take for granted. I think it's one of those fights he needs to look at the man's resume, look at who Christian Hamer has fought, see what other guys did against him, and it's one of those fights where he needs to be like, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to beat this dude worse than anybody ever beat him. Whether that's a knockout or a UD where he just beats him up and Christian Hamer is just extremely tough that night. Or he looks and he tries to, you know, get him out of there earlier than somebody. Just a dominant performance from Frank Sanchez is what I expect and what I'm going to hold him to. Anything less than that, I got some issues, you know what I mean? So I got Frank Sanchez stopping Christian Hamer third or fourth round. I think he goes in there and turns up on him. And it really shows that this guy don't belong in the ring with him. If he wants to be world champion, which he has said he does, if he wants to take that next step into getting a world title shot sometime in 2022, he got to start the year off with a huge statement. And Hamer has fought world champions on multiple occasions, top contenders on multiple occasions, and Frank Sanchez needs to beat him just as bad or worse than those guys did to show that he's on their level, in my opinion. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts, man. Who you got in this fight? I got Frank Sanchez, stop his third, fourth round. Let me know your pick. Comment down below, smash the like, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications, follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. If you got a breakdown or a prediction video you want me to do, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. I appreciate everybody watching the video. Enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, we out of here. Peace, y'all.